Hello, you are watching New Vision TV News. I am Roith Naseje. Now, the government has instructed its embassy in Juba to intervene and secure the release of an Acholi traditional leader who was abducted by rebels in South Sudan. Ambrose Olaa, the Ker Kal Kwaro Acholi Prime Minister, was reportedly abducted together with the 9 South Sudanese aid workers. Foreign Affairs Minister Okello Rema told New Vision that they were following the matter. Acholi Paramount Chief Rod Akchana said the Prime Minister had gone to South Sudan last month to train local government personnel under the World Bank project being implemented by the World Vision. The Acholi community on Wednesday woke up to shocking news of their Prime Minister Olaa Ambrose, who had been abducted by the rebel group in South Sudan. The Acholi Paramount Chief wrote David Onen Achan II confirmed that the Prime Minister was abducted on Monday with close to 10 people in Yambio, South Sudan.
Our Prime Minister had been abducted from where he had gone to work in South Sudan. I then called his wife, who confirmed that yes, it is true. And later I also called Minister Hilary Onek, who is a close friend to Ambrose Olaa, who also confirmed. Later on, I got a call from South Sudan. I think it was from Yambio, where they are, from one of the staffs there, who confirmed to me that on Monday, when Ambrose Olaa went out with about either 9 or 10 other people to work, they did not return to the camp where they were staying.
The culture leader, Olaa, had gone to South Sudan to train local government personnel under a World Bank project being implemented by the World Bank. However, Onen reveals no details have filtered in about which rebel group abducted the Prime Minister.
I didn't get that detail, which rebel exactly. I understand in Sudan there are so many different groups, and we haven't confirmed because nobody has yet accepted to the abduction that they are the one responsible. Some of the organizations in South Sudan made contact with them, and they said yes, they would release them. And what he was doing was, I think, training local government personnel. Because one of the staff, I think, who was doing that work went for leave, and then they decided to get him because there was nobody suitable to do that. And I think it's a project that is sponsored by the World Bank, and I think being implemented by World Vision. I'm not quite sure about this, but that is what I heard.
His wife, Ann Kipora, who says she had been in touch with her husband, revealed that the rebel leader said to have abducted her husband, confirmed to holding Olaa.
According to the information, it's a rebel group which abducted them. And they have acknowledged that they are actually with them. At first they say 10, but I think some maybe managed to escape. So about 8 or 7 of them are left. Yeah. And the rebel leader has acknowledged, and they say they are safe and they'll release them.
And Kipora, who has been married to the Prime Minister for close to 20 years, says the last time she heard from her husband, he described Yambio as a peaceful town. The wife also denies that the Prime Minister is working with the World Bank. However, this has not been the first time Olaa has gone to South Sudan as a consultant.
He worked for World Bank for 1 year, about 2 years ago. This time it's not World Bank. Yeah.
Okay. When was the last time you had a proper communication with him, and how did he describe the situation in South Sudan?
He has been saying Yambio is safe. Yeah, he has been saying Yambio is safe. He has not been telling me there is any rebel group anywhere where he has been going to the field. But he only tells me, I'm going out to the field, so it will be hard for me to communicate. I'll only communicate when I'm back in the evening. So he has not expressed any fear about rebels. I think this was just a bad coincidence.
As an Acholi culture elder, Onyanga Salon is shocked by the incident, and he says they will seek for guidance from their ancestors.
Beseeching the ancestors. Beseeching the ancestors would mean, you know, calling upon the spirits of our departed ancestors to intervene. The intercession of our ancestors will help in one way to pave way for the release of Olaa.
The Acholi Paramount Chief, Rod David Onen Achan II, has issued a strong warning to the rebels to consider the abduction of their Prime Minister carefully and not to hurt Ambrose because he is a diabetic.
Let them consider it carefully, and I would appeal to them not to hurt them in any way, because what I know is that Ambrose, I don't know about others, but Ambrose is diabetic. He would be needing his medication. So I would appeal to them to release these people so that they would come back and continue with the work that they are doing.
According to Foreign Affairs State Minister Okello Oryema, the government has instructed its embassy in Juba to intervene to secure the release of the Acholi traditional leader. The abducted leader has been the Acholi Culture Prime Minister since 2015. He was abducted with 9 South Sudanese aid workers. This report was compiled by Joseph Omagara for New Vision TV.
Are you looking for a unique salon that will accommodate your worries? Mystic Beauty Unisex Salon is there for you. It does manicure and pedicure, massage, women's hair of all types, both normal and bridal packages, men's haircuts of all types, foot scrubs, facial, and for a person planning for a wedding, they have makeup stylists all in one location. They use modern equipment that will not be an effect on your skin. Mystic Beauty Unisex Salon is located in Wandigea on Bomber Road with big parking space. For more information, contact the numbers below.
Welcome back from that short break. We move on. President Yoweri Museveni has received a team of Cuban scientists who are on a tender visit to develop a strategy of bringing the GAVAC anti-tick vaccine into the country. The Cuban team from the Haba Biotech SA farm in Havana is led by Dr. Hector Luis Machado Morales and will work with a Ugandan team led by Professor Anthony Mugisha. The two teams are expected to concretize the importation of the GAVAC anti-tick vaccine and emergency arrangements with the aim of monitoring and evaluating its efficiency. In his remarks at State House Entebbe on Tuesday, Museveni urged the scientists to expand their efforts on the fight against ticks in Uganda. Moving on, Forum for Democratic Change former President Kanu Kizza Besigye's appeal to the opposition members of Parliament not to be swayed away by the ruling party, the National Resistance Movement, but keep the opposition's fire burning. In a closed-door meeting yesterday at Parliament, Besigye reportedly told the MPs to continue fighting and advancing the opposition's agenda in Parliament until they dislodge the NRM government from power. This was the first time Besigye was meeting the opposition legislators at Parliament 2 years since they were elected into office. Besigye was accompanied by former leader of opposition in Parliament, Wafula Ogutu. The meeting lasted 4 hours. Besigye told journalists that he was at Parliament at the invitation of the opposition MPs who wanted a brief on issues such as the progress of his defiance campaign, which was aimed at delegitimizing the NRM government. Moving on, in our sports news, she has a dream to turn Kampala into Africa's top sports city. The Kampala Capital City Authority Executive Director Jennifer Msisi anxiously looks to that time in the near future when the sports team that fall under her jurisdiction are the best, with KCCA Football Club now going places in the city's boxer Juma Mirror on the Commonwealth Games medalist. Moses seems on the right track. KCCFC made a bold statement on Tuesday when they shut down Africa's most successful club, Al Ahly 2-0 in the CAF Champions League group stage. Besides featuring in the normal CAF schedule, Musisi revealed that they have more for the Ugandan football fans. You're still watching New Vision TV, and in our Daily Pile of Africa series, we look at the perfect vacation destinations in Uganda. Now, are you looking for a vacation place or a weekend getaway? Here's a list of some of the places in Uganda you can opt for. Let's take a look. Uganda is blessed with the perfect weather all year around. This makes it your #1 stop center for a perfect vacation. No matter where you decide to spend it, this can be a national park or even on the beaches. The first recommendation is Chaninga Lodges in Fort Portal Town. These lodges have a perfect view of the lake. They are suitable for couples and a family. The Uganda Wildlife Education Center is also a perfect vacation home for you. Besides bringing Uganda's world closer to you, they also make you share the same environment at the night. But this is in their exquisite cottages. For the lovers of national parks, Queen Elizabeth National Park and Kudepo Valley National Park have camping sites and cottages. Now for Queen Elizabeth, a swimming pool is located right next to the cottages. Get the full list of these vacation places by visiting our website www.newvision.co.ug/video. For more Pile of Africa stories, our newspaper, the Sunday Vision, is also another home of adventures. So grab your copy every Sunday for Pile of Africa stories. And that's all we had for you. Thank you for watching. Be sure to catch my news updates and other programs here on New Vision TV by visiting our website www.newvision.co.ug/video. I am Roy Naseje.